Well, welcome to this final day of the EuroHockey Club Champions Trophy here at Loughborough University. And today's match, the first match of the day, is the 7th and 8th playoff. And that is between the teams of Victorya Solevichi from Belarus and Royal Antwerp Hockey Club of Belgium. And both teams finished bottom of their pools, so that's why they're playing in the 7th, 8th playoff. Neither side managed to win, but yesterday Royal Antwerp, in the last game of the day, a game badly affected by torrential rain, were able to get a draw with Complutense of Madrid. Now, just before this game takes place, we have a very special award being made by the Royal Antwerp team because their coach is leaving the club. He has been with the club for, I think, 10 years. It's the manager, actually, who's getting this this award. And his name is Niels Thijssen. And he will be getting an award on the pitch, so you'll probably be able to see that taking place from his team, from his players, which is lovely. But they're also, the team are saying a big thank you to a number of players who have stepped up to the mark. So 4 of the players in the Royal Antwerp team, because of unavailability, had to come in from their seconds, and in one case, a third-team player. So they are Anouk Schnapphauf, Aurélie de Geus, Michel Deutsch, Natasha Leinen. And they are each going to get a little gift from the club. So this is a nice surprise for them, and we should be able to see that taking place in a second. We can see the video analyst walking out now with the flowers, with the staff, and the four players who have stepped up to the mark, been advanced from lower teams, are getting a gift of a bunch of flowers. This is really rather nice. So here they come, and that's the goalkeeper. And Sophie Geerts being given the flowers at this point in time, but I have a feeling these are not going to go to them. Oh no, maybe this is another aspect of presentation. Perhaps there's some long-serving players, and a bit of a group hug there from Royal Antwerp. A lovely situation. No, I was right. The flowers are actually going to the players who've stepped up to the mark. And there's Neil, and that looks like a bunch of carrots. I'm not absolutely sure why it's a bunch of carrots. Okay. Oh, Jane Jelly, who's been looking after the umpires, is going to tell me. Why is it a bunch of carrots, Jane?
He's on a diet, and the hotel last night had no carrots to give him when he asked for them, so they bought him a bunch this morning.
That's a good story. Okay, so there he is, Niels Thijssen, and there he is with his bunch of carrots, alongside the team physio there with her bunch of flowers. So, really, just to put this into perspective, Anouk Schnapphauf, Aurélie de Geus, Michel Deutsch, and Natasha Leinen would normally be playing lower team hockey for Royal Antwerp. What a thrill for them to have been part of this, to have been playing in a European competition, but also what a challenge for Royal Antwerp. And yesterday afternoon, in that 3-3 draw, they really did raise their game, because Complutense are a very good side, and they gave them one heck of a game in the torrential rain. So, let's get ready for this match then. The starting lineup: Tatiana Charest in goal for Victorya Solevichi, Hanna Aluskaya, Mariana Pakanova, who she's their captain, Yevhenia Filipovic, Valeria Matusevich, Ina Kaminskaya, Anastasia Shpala, Polina Papulskaya, Alexandria Mikulic, Zenia Efimenkova, and Karina Sidikava are the starting lineup. They played very high yesterday. They played a high goalkeeper, almost as a sweeper, and it cost them. Looking at the Royal Antwerp team, Marcia Rabelink is starting. Sophie Fredericks, she scored yesterday. Anne-Sophie van Regemortel, Olivia Bush, Celine Perron, Lynn Schlink, Sophie van Strooidonk, Michel Deutsch, Natasha Leinen, Jamila Lambertus, and the captain, who has been excellent so far, Sophie Geerts. And so look forward to this game. Hope there'll be plenty of goals in it for you, the YouTube audience. And we're away, and it's Victorya Solevichi to start. Tackle from Sophie Geertz to win the ball, and away we go. It's number 8 on the ball. Now, the young defender for Solevichi, Aluskaya, has been guilty of a number of tackles like that throughout this tournament. Obviously, still learning her craft. Royal Antwerp around the edge, and that's Van Regemortel. She's going to keep it in, yes, and she didn't in the end keep it in. Just a little bit sloppy over there. Spaller on the ball, but it's picked up by Van Regemortel. And that's a good effort there from Bush, but wide of goal. So Royal Antwerp picking up where they left off yesterday, mounting some good attacks here. Out to this right-hand side, Aluskaya on the ball. That's the captain, Pakanava. Ooh, that sounded like a stick tackle from Van Regemortel. Kaminskaya on the deck. So Spaller, Pakanava. Back to the number 12, that's Spaller. Oh, sorry, 13. That's Papelskaya. Good strong tackle there by by Schlink rather. And Anouk Schnapphaus on the ball. Schlink, it's a stick tackle. Schlink not impressed. High ball from Schlink, fielded by number 13 for that's Papelskaya. So we can play that mostly in midfield. A little bit scrappy as both teams settle into it. We know that both are capable of some nice fluent hockey. Geertz almost winning the ball. This is Fredericks. Back from Schlink to Leinen to Jamila Lambertus, out to Van Strooydonk. Van Regemortel on the ball. And that's picked up by the Victorya Solevichi side. Bit of a squeal from someone there. There goes the number 9, that's Matusevich. She has been on the scorecard already. Jamila Lambertus confidently bringing the ball away. Nice little lift to Schlink, but it doesn't work. Got a few new ball patrol people out here in action today. Just being taught the ropes by one of our club stalwarts, Jane Jelly. Kaminskaya on the ball. And that's going to be another long corner. Kaminskaya goes to take it. All of the Victorya Solevichi players up in the Belgian half. And now a couple of them getting back to give Shirai some support. That's Van Regemortel, Van Strooydonk, Fredericks. Lambertus looking for Fredericks again. She plays it forward, but there's nobody making a run there from the Royal Antwerp team. I did get a Twitter reply from Sophie Geertz last night at well past midnight, so it looks like the Royal Antwerp team maybe had a bit of a late one. Van Strooydonk. And that's Kaminskaya putting the ball off. Fredericks on the ball. She's probably going to look out here to Leinen. That's a good ball through. And this has come, nearly came to the number 7 for Royal Antwerp, Bush. She's a little bit slow onto that. So I don't know how many of you have been listening to our coverage over the last few days, but it's been a really enjoyable experience for me. For those of you who don't know who the heck I am, my name's Gaynor Nash. I write a column for Push Hockey magazine. I've got a very nice Twitter, expert coverage, expert commentating from Push Hockey this morning. So thank you for that, Tom Cooper. And it's the team from Belarus on the ball, but they've lost it. It's with Fredericks. Van Strooydonk, she's going to go back to Lambertus. No, she's coming right across to Leinen. Oh, that's a poor ball. And here goes Mitasevic. Lambertus comes through. And yeah, this is going to go all the way through to Bush. So Bush attacking. There's a bit of cover there, and the keeper's out again, long. Oh, and Bush has put that wide. So the open mouth of the goal, and Bush misses. It's a great shame. And just as I watch this game, I see a little posse of school children arriving with their teachers to watch the match. That's lovely. I think these are children who have children from a local Loughborough school, or whether they've come from further afield. But it's great to see them. And hopefully they'll become hockey fans and part of the hockey family by the end of the day. This is Van Regemortel to Fredericks. They're two of the stronger players in this Royal Antwerp side. Van Strooydonk has been very effective and defended really well. Long ball in, and that's claimed by Royal Antwerp, but no, she didn't get a touch in the D. A half-hearted claim from Van Regemortel. And at the moment, Victorya Solevichi are all over the place, to be honest with you. Trying to bring the ball out of defence. That's Pakanava. And gets a strong whistle from the umpire there. Gertz getting a ticking off for something, I'm not too sure what. Here goes Gertz. And that's swept into the D, but it's defended. Van Regemortel. And the sun attempts to come out. That's really quite nice of it. That's a really good ball through. But Matisevic not able to make anything of that, and good defence again by Royal Antwerp. They, after a bit of a disaster in their second game when they were beaten 6-4 by Sumchanka, they really have started to play much better at the back, much more strength at the back. So Fredericks steps up to prevent the Solevichi team building. Solevichi in their 3 games were beaten 8-0, 3-0 and 9-0. Conceded 20 goals and failed to score. I've actually credited Matisevic with scoring some goals, and I've just realised that's outrageous, as they didn't score any at all. But she did look dangerous. That's probably what I meant to say. So it's across here to Leinen. That's Lambertus. Fredericks playing a pivot role at the moment. The Royal Antwerp side seem to think they can step up a little higher up the pitch, given the opposition today. And to be honest, the 3 teams they faced Royal Antwerp faced in their pool were stronger than Victorya Solevichi. However, here they go on the attack. Matisevic, Pakanava, Bakanava looking backwards, now looking up to the right to Aluskaya. Aluskaya touched down the line, but Schlink gets across. And that's an easy one for Fredericks, but she doesn't field it cleanly. Here's Bakanava. Nothing comes of it. It's a Royal Antwerp ball. And Schlink can't keep that one in, so it's with Aluskaya. She goes across to the number 10, that's Kaminskaya. Inside, that's going to be a free hit to the Belarusians. And here goes their number 16, looking for a link through there, but nothing comes of it. I think the last touch there was with the number 7, that's Filipovic for the Solevichi side. Well, it's played down the line by Lehnen, but off. I think it'd be fair to say that this game so far hasn't scintillated, but Bush is on the ball. Looked a bit leggy there. Good work by Fredericks. Bit of a bash between Fredericks and number 16. Number 16 being Efimenkova. That ball goes in, but it's high, wide and not particularly handsome. Nice play by Lambertus. Oh, sloppy there by Van Regemortel. That's a couple of times today. And she shouts, "Come on," to herself, perhaps. Spala. Well played by De Geus, one of the players who's come up to support first teamers in this competition. Nice bit of play there. Here's Aluskaya, but Fredericks is ahead of her opponent and she's way off the pitch surely. Oh no, no, no. Schlink having a bit of a shout at the at the ball girl. Oh, that's gone the way of Solevichi. Schlink can't believe it. Bad destroy dunk. Quite calm there from Schlink. Here's Lehnen. Nice turn by Lambertus. Up. It's the number 14 on the ball. It's a long ball up the field. Good touch once again. Oh, that's Bush again missing. But once again, the Solevichi defence conspicuous by its absence and leaving Shirai pretty much to it. That's Bakanava. There's a foot in there somewhere. De Geus comes off. Sophie Geertz, who really has been the playmaker for Royal Antwerp, comes on. Yeah, so, yeah, I got a tweet from Sophie Geertz yesterday, well, early this morning actually, in the early hours of this morning, basically saying that she wishes they'd been able to put in stronger performances during the course of this tournament, but they've been playing to the best of their ability, which is great because I think most of us would agree that that has been the case, and they've done pretty well. Niels Thiessen there, the coach, has his hand up, looking slightly exasperated, thinking his team might have got a penalty corner. There's definitely some stick work going. Yeah, stick tackles going in there, and eventually the umpire does have to give a short corner to Royal Antwerp. They've been good on these, so Fredericks has been good, Sophie Geertz has been good on these short corners. And our two umpires today, just want to give them a mention. So down that far end where the short corner has been, penalty corner has just been awarded, it's Gillian Garrett. She's just signalling that the team needs face masks back there that they'd forgotten to take behind the goal with them. So Aluskaya hands it over to her teammate, number 19 Sidikava. So yeah, Gillian Garrett down that end, an Irish umpire, and up at this end, just policing the halfway line and watching the penalty corner stop, making sure that's legal outside of the circle edge, is Natalia Kadyrova, and she's Russian. So out it comes. That's Van Regemortel, and I think that was Fredericks who put that in. She injected, and she's there for the injection. Marking from Solevichi, left a little bit to be desired. There was nobody keeping an eye on the ball back to the injector. So a little bit of Belgian celebratory music there going on in the background. So Solevichi in familiar territory, having to play the ball back from the halfway line after a goal. So it's a 16 for the defence. Leinen across to Lambertus, who looked a little lightweight in the earlier matches, particularly if she took a knock, was apt to lie down for a little while, but I'm impressed by her. She's a strong player. She's quite cool and calm at the back there for Royal Antwerp. And in fact, their defence has grown stronger as this tournament has gone on. Van Strooydonk on the ball now has been good. That's a good reach from number 13 for Solevichi. That's Papulskaya. Well played, Fredericks. She's still got it. Spala with a little bit of a stick tackle going on there. And they go backwards. This is Van Regemortel. And that's Schlink missing the ball. That's a good ball from Aluskaya, and well played. Pakanava just gets there slightly ahead of Lambertus, and it's Solevichi on the attack, and it would be nice to see them actually register a goal. And number 16 not quite able to see that through there. That's Efimenkova. So away comes Schlink. Lovely ball to Geertz. Geertz trying to find her in return. She can see a run from Van Regemortel now. Yeah, there it goes. Van Regemortel launches one. Okay, doesn't quite come off, but number 6, Anouk Schnapphaus, able to make something of it. Oh, pulled by Fredericks there, gave that one away. And number 15, Mikulic, is the one who picks up there. Here they go, they look dangerous. That's just a little ahead of Mikulic, and the keeper did well. Keeper being Maciej Rabelink. Here's Geertz, finds Fredericks. Fredericks finds Van Regemortel. The umpire doesn't see anything wrong with that, and Van Regemortel does. Have a little conversation. But, still having a little conversation, Van Regemortel. She does like to umpire as well as play. Must confess I know where she's coming from on that one though. Fredericks, nice link with Van Regemortel. Van Regemortel looks up here for, and that looks like another goal again. Yeah, once again we've got Tatiana Sharai attempting to keep 3 Belgians at bay. We don't know quite what the Belarus coach is thinking of in terms of the way he lets these players get in behind his defence. They are playing far too high for their own good. And they're now 2-0 down. And that was the number 14 for the Belgian side. That's Michel Deutsch. I was calling her Doik yesterday, but it's Deutsch apparently. My Flemish, not quite up to standard. Here goes Geerts. That's probably wrong as well. It's probably Geerts. Here she goes. I'm very impressed by her. She's a great player. Former Belgian international. Oops, that's a foot. And Schnapphauf trying to take advantage quickly, but it's with Van Strooydonk. Good touch in by Geerts. And away come Solevichi. Good little bit of link up going on there. That's Efeminikova. Pakavana. And they're letting play go on here. Schlink, Van Strooydonk. Efeminikova. Sorry, I think I bodged that one that time. Efeminikova. Geerts lifts a high one. That's going to be Frederick's ball. And if you're a bit confused by that, you do have to give the player who's receiving the high ball, whether that's an attacker or a defender, 5 metres. Fredericks is adjudged to have given a little push to her opponent there. Well reached. That's a good piece of play. And whoops, unfortunately the Victorya Solevichi player just had a good swing for that. She was doing well, but number 7, that's Filipovic, unfortunately couldn't make contact with the ball and instead made contact with the deck. Here's Fredericks. Lovely ball up to Bush. Again, the Belgian player is able to get in behind the absent Solevichi defence. Nice piece of play by number 15 Lehnen to pick that ball off her opposition, number 15 Mikulic. Van Regemortel. And Tatiana Shirai just prevents that getting through. I think that was to the number 9, Aurélie de Gus. The Belarusians have had all sorts of trouble with their goalkeeping kit. They're actually not the side whose goalkeeping kit is possibly still in Amsterdam, having got lost in transit. That's the Russian side, Metrostroy. But both of the keepers for Solevichi have had trouble keeping particularly their kickers on. They have had a lot of work to do, so those kickers have been used quite a lot. Okay, Schlink trying to break through. And it's with Geerts being told it's wider still. Slapped across by the Belgian side. Defended well this time by Solevichi. Schlink goes backwards to Lehnen. Doesn't field it particularly well. And here's the counter from Pakanava. Pakanava goes backwards to Efeminikova. That's the number 10, who's a decent little player, Kaminskaya. Down the line, good lead by the number 7. But Van Strooydonk is strong. Oh, no, she wins it back. Number 7 being Filipovic. Pakanava, captain on the ball. And that's a great ball to Filipovic. Oh! And she's put it wide. That was their chance to get the Solevichi name on the scores. Unlucky there, Philip. Well, I have to say it's poor finish, but she did get herself into a good position, and she was found well. And Strooidunk and Van Regemortel over there win the foul. It's Fredericks. There's a good spine really to this Royal Antwerp side in Fredericks, Van Regemortel, Sophie Geertz, and whoa, that was interesting. High but safe ball across from Bush, and young Aurélie de Rus just not quite able to get anything out of that. Now, you know, rules of these high-level competitions, unlike the stuff I play on a Saturday afternoon these days, you can now play the ball over your head. And so if de Rus had been able to play a tennis smash there, she would have been allowed to get away with that. Bakanava just fouling Van Regemortel. Arluskaya comes away with it. Geertz gets a touch. And away goes Bakanava. A little bit more belief about Solevichi. I think they could score against this side. Kaminskaya keeps it in. Does well. In it goes, but Van Regemortel. Aurélie de Rus not actually looking at the ball, but in the end it didn't matter, as a opposite number gave it a bit of a boot. Nice ball from Van Regemortel, lifted out here to Schlink. Schlink does well. Cuts inside. And once again, had that been collected by the number 8, that I think is Perron, that would have been Perron really and a teammate against Tatiana Gerai. That's gone way over the bar, but off the defender's stick, so it's a long corner. And that's gone harmlessly behind. And that's won by the Solevichi team. Good little attack featuring Matusevic, and comes to nothing. Here's Schlink. Good turn, but a little foul from Bakanava. And once again, it's two Belgians in behind Tatiana Gerai, and when she misses it, they score. And I think that might have been the young player who's come up to play for the first team this weekend. I think that was Aurélie de Rus. Bit of attempt at a bit of a Flemish throaty bit there. Fredericks wins it. 3-0. Under 7 minutes to go. And a little sloppy that time. Spala. Bakanava, all the way back to the defence. Oh, it's a well swept out ball, but a good challenge from Schlink. Van Regemortel is tackled. Schlink again, Fredericks. Bakanava wins it. Bakanava linking. That's not a great ball from number 17, Tishchanka. Van Regemortel. Deutsch linking with her. And up to Perron, but Perron just can't quite get it. If she had two teammates in behind the last defender. Still sticking with that tactic, Solevichi, even though it hasn't served them well. It's off from Schlink onto a foot. I think that was Mikulic's foot. Yep. And here's Fredericks on the ball. And the sun is out and it's nice and warm. Schlink with the ball. Out to Van Strooydonk. She goes back. Van Regemortel taking a bit of a breather here at the back. And here comes Pacanava, the captain. That's a great ball through. But number 9 struggling to collect. Succeeds in the end, but only in playing the ball to Leinen. Solevichi get the ball. Number 9 decides to go. Lambertus has to get out the way. Oh, and nobody can get a final touch on that, and it goes wide. Under 5 minutes to go now to half time. And in all honesty, Royal Antwerp are coasting. Sophie Geertz, their captain, and playmaker, isn't on the pitch. They don't need her at this point in time. She's giving the opportunity to younger players, great experience for them. Mikulic not getting anything out of Van Regemortel there. Lambertus comes out of defence, carries on a run, bit of adventure there. And Fredericks goes wide, Van Regemortel on the ball. That's another long high ball, and again it's Shirai against everybody else. And that's a fine, fine finish. But once again, it's the keeper stick the rest back there in defence. And the penny, or whatever it is that is the currency in Belarus, just hasn't dropped with the coach of the team. It's not the way to play at this level. And the congratulations, I think, are going to Bush. And she turns around, I'll see what number she's got on her back. Pretty sure it's Bush. Yeah. Haluskaya goes wide. Great tackle from Schlink, who again has improved as this tournament has gone on. Looked shell-shocked to start with. Fredericks, back to Leinen, across to Van Regemortel, back to Van Strooydonk. And this is nice build-up play, but largely unopposed. It's a bit like a training session. That's a good ball through. Solevichi almost getting a bit of the, Royal Antwerp almost getting a bit of the Solevichi defensive. Don't have anybody back, but Van Strooydonk did recover. Here goes, that's really good play by Lambertus. She quite wanted the play to carry on because the advantage was with her and her team. Van Regemortel backhands it out to Van Strooydonk. She's looking for the ball down the line. That's Deutsch. And good run out here by Bush. And they actually have got some people in the circle now. It gets through to De Geus. She takes a bit of a swing. And Lambertus tangles there with the number 16, I think that is, Efemenkova. So Carver on the ball. Great ball, interesting. Nice turn, but lovely play by Van Regemortel there. Skips over the trailing stick, but then she's fouled, and that's going to be a little rest for the number 13 Papulskaya. One or two yobs in the crowd shouting off, off, off. And the announcers play Sit Down by James. Predictable. Deutsch trying to get through. Kaminskaya there. Oh no, sorry, Filipovic. Byline from Van Regemortel. And that's well defended then that time by Solevichi. And Royal Antwerp do okay there on that one. Aurelie de Geus fouled Efremenkova, but Efremenkova then could not keep the ball in play. I've been given the advantage. Here's the largely excellent Van Regemortel. That's Deutsch on a run. Feeds Van Strooydonk, who's probably further up the field than I've seen her all weekend. And it's off the side. Solevichi ball. We're into the last 5 seconds here. Okay. That's the hooter, the end of this first half. If you look over at the scoreboard, it's a 4-0 lead to Royal Antwerp. It's been comfortable. They've looked good. The opposition has not. Solevichi persisting with the high defence, and poor old Tatiana Sharai has been pretty much left to her own devices against 2 or 3 attackers, and her team has been punished. So I'll catch up with you in 10 minutes. I don't know yet whether they'll be watering this pitch. Perhaps not. It feels a bit, sounds a little bit squelchy as I hear this goalkeeper going past me. We'll reconvene for the second half in 10 minutes' time.
The whole club is revitalised by it. It's a fantastic opportunity for us. And as a first team squad, we've taken a little bit of time off from the end of the league endeavours, and we met up again the other day, and that break's really given us a time to focus on it. And in the first instance, we weren't certain about that. The break's never great, but it's actually worked in our favour, and the girls, because it's in isolation, are so buzzed up about it. It's fantastic.
Hi, I'm Ness Hawkins, captain of the first team, and I play for Leicester. We've been working really hard over the past few weeks on our fitness, so I'm really looking forward to the start of the tournament. Yeah.
I'm Josie Vidal and I play fullback and I play for Leicester.
And are you looking forward to the tournament?
Massively. It's a huge privilege to have the Europeans here at Loughborough University, and we're out there to win that gold, really.
I'm Kerry Williams, I play centre midfield and I play for the Puckers. I'm super excited. I think every time you get an opportunity to play in Europe, it's amazing. It's like the Champions League of football, but to have it in your hometown is even better, because then all of our family and friends and people that don't get to travel to the places that we do, like Azerbaijan or whatnot, they can come and support us. So yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I'm Sarah Cockayne. I'm number 15. I play at the back in defence and I love being a pucker. It's a great club to be a part of, and I just hope we're all wishing for gold, and I just hope we can come together. We're such a good team. We have been for a long time, and hopefully this is our time to get the gold.
This is our second sort of training session in. Everyone's looking really sharp. We've got some new girls that's come to join us as well, and the standard's really high for this phase of the training, so it's good.
It's always awkward a little bit trying to gauge how other teams will be, because it's very much you qualify from your previous year's results. So that's got to be taken into account. But we have got a heritage. We are known as a European team now. So we should be going into it with a degree of confidence, with it being at home and with our history backing us up a little bit. So we're very confident going into it, and I think that does stand us in good stead, there's no doubt.
Do you have any special kind of routines that you do before the game?
Personally, make sure I always have the same hair tie in, providing I haven't lost it. And I've got a special exercise which I do, which hopefully will get me in the best stead for playing my best game.
No, literally, I put my right shin pad in before my left. Oh no, one thing. I give my wedding ring in a box to Sue after the warm-up. And the days that I haven't done it, we've lost.
Before a match, I'll tend to put my kit on in the same order. But I'm quite relaxed. I like to have a laugh and a joke, and I think that's what we like to do. But personally, yeah, I'm not too uptight. I don't like to get too stressed out about it. I like to just carry on, chat to the girls, and just have a laugh and a joke, really.
And will there be plenty of pucker pies?
Oh, obviously, it's all about the pucker pies. Yeah, it's amazing actually. We've had a couple of weeks off, and I am massively craving a chicken and mushroom pie.
Okay, welcome back to Loughborough. I'm Gaynor Nash and I'm commentating on this 7th-8th match for you on the live stream on YouTube. 4-0 at half-time to Royal Antwerp. That's the team in the white, and they're playing against Victorya Solevichi from Belarus, the team in the black. And it's generally been one-way traffic. It's a lovely aerial from Sophie Gertz, and we could start with a goal straight away. Good save by Tatiana Sharai, who's by and large been really no mates back there at the back, with her defence generally leaving her to it, with a couple of Belgians to try to keep out of goal. This is Sophie Gertz, who's an excellent player. Out it comes to Fredericks. She's been good throughout this tournament as well, even when her team was struggling. Another high ball. Unfortunately, that just curled over the back of Bush's stick, and so it touched the back of the stick and therefore was a foul. Sidikava on the ball. Comes out to Spala. Pakanava, the captain. Fredericks. Number 13 on the ball. And that's Paposkaya. Paposkaya had a little break in the first half. 2-minute suspension for stick tackle. Lenen to Van Regemortel. And the Belgians are playing it around at their leisure, really. The pressure from the Solevichi side not great at this point in time. At the start of the game, the Royal Antwerp side made presentations to their coach, who's had 10 years with them. That's Niels Thijssen. And here comes Sophie Gertz, skating through the defence, but she can't keep control. A little bit of footwork there from Gertz. Out it comes. Pakavana, the captain, who's been strong. Pakanava, rather. Not Pakavana, Pakanava. That's a great ball. Sharai again there, all on her own. Sidikava gets round behind her in the end, but Sharai does enough. Good bit of breakup of play there by the Belarusian girls. And here's Kaminskaya. And between them, Fredericks and Deutsch foul her.
No, penalty corners with that.
And Regemortel looking for Gertz, but doesn't come off. And Regemortel gets round. Pakanava gives it to Lambertus, who's playing higher now. A bit more adventure in the Royal Antwerp tactics in this match today. Nice turn by Schlink, and she's dispossessed. Here's Aluskaya. She plays a long ball. Is it going to get there? Not quite.
You were being too casual then, weren't you?
Kaminskaya gives it a little bit of a boot.
Oh dear.
Lambertus on the ball. Pakanava tidies up. Nice little turn there from the number 9, but Lambertus is with her, and she gets the penalty corner. Now, what can Solevichi do from a penalty corner? So Marcia Rabelink joined on the goal line by 4 of her teammates. If you're unfamiliar with the penalty corner routine, ball's taken from a point on the baseline, and the common term is injected to the top of the circle. It has to come out of the circle. Usually that's fractionally out of the circle. Most teams opt for that, and it can be trapped and then sometimes it's tapped in, or the player will just take it straight off the stopper. Sometimes players stop for themselves, but as you can see here from the Solevichi setup, you've got a stop at the top of the D for Pakanava. She's taking it on. She lays it back. Some would say that was because she laid it behind her that she was technically obstructing, but nothing came of it anyway, so no argument. And here's Van Regemortel. Belgian team all smiles at the moment. Van Regemortel thinking that she might launch this one high. That's what she indicated initially, but don't know whether she's going to do that. It's going to be hard and low. Deutsch can't get it. Pakanava does. Kaminskaya. Spala. Kaminskaya. Nice piece of play there by Van Regemortel, who certainly looks a good player. I certainly wonder what that's a foul. Wonder what the Belgians could have done if they'd been able to bring a full-strength side out here with them, because they've obviously got several good players at their core. Yeah. It's Solevichi ball, in no hurry to do anything with it. It's sideline. Spala on the ball. And Strooidonk doesn't get a clean touch on that, but Lehnen does enough. But Lambert has a little touch on her foot there. Solevichi ball. It's a good ball in, good touch, and Rabelink does well. Good touch up there by the number 7 for Solevichi. That's Filipovic, but Rabelink equal to it. Long ball, Sidikava meets. De Horst as well. Bush, the suggestion was that Bush had given that a little bit of a kick. Interesting to note that it's Sophie Hertz who's the goal hanger at this point in time, looking for that ball in behind, and already she's on. It's behind Tatsiana Sharai. If her team can get it up there, I'm pretty sure she can finish. But in the meantime, it's a decent build-up by Solevichi. The ball comes in, and is this a goal? Rabelink saves, and the follow-up from Filipovic results in a stick tackle, and it's a free for all Antwerp. But Rabelink has certainly been called upon a couple of times already in the second half, and she's done very well. So Van Regemortel looking for Fredericks, comes inside. Spala comes inside. Number 13, that's Papelskaya, gets it out to Schlink. Schlink whacks it in. Tatsiana Sharai halfway in her own D, manages to make the save. Fredericks can't do anything with that. It's coming out here, and Van Regemortel's going to get the ball. The Belgian coach doing the ball patrol job at this point in time. Got a new little set of ball patrol characters, and I think one or two of them are a little less experienced than the girls we had over the weekend. That's Sophie Hertz, plays it across, and good effort from Perron, but she looks exasperated, but nothing comes of it. Solevichi taking their time here. Can't say as I blame them much. Here it goes, up the field. That's Kaminskaya, does well, but off the pitch. Lots of room for Van Regemortel in midfield. Well done by Pakanava. Regemortel again. She's got Van Strooidonk thinking about the overlap. Pakanava competing at least for her team. Oh, that's up off the foot, or certainly off something, and high from number 13, Papelskaya. And so Royal Antwerp have got the ball. This hashed line, this dashed line that you can see here, as Sophie Gertz going through, is it's been introduced in the last few years. So basically, any free, no matter how close it is to the circle edge, has to be taken to the edge of the dashed area, and then it must move 5 meters or be carried 5 meters before it goes across the solid line and into the circle. This was brought in as a safety measure to eliminate people just walloping the ball hard into the D. People were basically employing that tactic, and folk were just getting a flailed stick onto it, and we were getting some injuries in the game from ball being deflected up into people's faces, and that was introduced as a safety measure. Kaminskaya beats Bush, Papelskaya on the ball, Fredericks fouls, doesn't like it, doesn't believe she did, but the umpire is always right. Spala, over it goes from Sidikava, across to Aluskaya. Good long hard ball, but nobody getting on the end of that. And as I speak, I can see another little troop of youngsters arriving, possibly from a local primary school. Hurricane Sports doing a very good job of giving them all a little bit of a taster session. That's off Spala's foot. Little introduction to the game of hockey. Bit of quick sticks, bit of shooting at little targets. This is Gertz. There's a chop tackle on Gertz, and it's a penalty corner to Royal Antwerp. So let's see what Antwerp have got up their sleeve. We know that Sophie Gertz can finish from here. Van Regemortel has got a shot on her, and the penalty corner that they've definitely scored from was back to the injector, Fredericks. So Van Regemortel on the trap. Van Strooydonk looks like she's going to strike, but it could be a decoy. Yeah, it's onto Van Strooydonk, and that's clipped the top of the the keeper, and there's jubilation because I suspect Van Strooydonk doesn't score very often, and all of her team are there to congratulate her, and the Belgian celebratory music comes on, and Niels Thijssen is smiling broadly at his team, who now lead by 5-0 with 22 minutes of this match still to go. So she looks a very happy lady. That was off the top of Tatiana Sharai's pads. Bit of a battle going on there between Sophie Gertz and the Belarusian. Keep coming back for more, but eventually Sophie Gertz was given the advantage according to the umpire, and she didn't take it. Interesting. Gets a bit of a dirty look. There's Schlink. And this time the whistle does go. Gertz and her coach having a bit of a smile about that one. Lambertus on the ball. It's Van Regemortel carving away through. This is going out to Gertz. And, Gertz's shot is deflected into her own goal by Sidikava. So that's 6-0. So because Gertz shot that from inside the circle, it counts as a goal. And Gertz will be credited with it, although it went off Sidikava's stick. She looks a little despondent. That's hockey, 6-0, 6-0. So they've had an 8-0 defeat, a 3-0 defeat, a 9-0 defeat, and they're currently 6-0 down here. Off comes the number 9, and on comes the number 11. That's Burakova. She's not had much hockey this weekend, and away we go. Bakanava, Kaminskaya, back to the luckless Sidikava. Bakanava, looking to get that out wide to the right. That's Efimenkova. I'm just wondering though whether Deutsch would get to that one first, but they pretty much got there at the same time, and that is Bush on the ball. Lovely ball up here to Lambertus. It's laid square by Schlink. Lambertus finds Kaminskaya's foot. And so she gets a free right on the edge. She's got Perron coming up outside her here. She's got Van Strooydonk behind her. Yep, Van Strooydonk sweeps that one in, and it's off Aluskaya, quite high, but the umpire's happy enough. Bush can't do anything with it over there. Aluskaya, long ball but out of play. This is Fredericks. And over it comes to Van Strooydonk, the player who was just jubilant, perhaps at scoring a first goal. Who knows for Royal Antwerp? Spaller, neat, but then loses control. Got a couple of balls on the pitch. So inexperience of this new little ball patrol. Okay, and Geertz is on the ball. Here she goes, linking with Schlink. Kaminskaya. There's number 7, that's Filipovic. She launches one, but Fredericks initially deals with it and brings it down on a leg. And that isn't allowed, funnily enough. Be a neat skill if it was, but not very wise. That hockey ball hurts. Bakanava goes back to Sidikava. She's looking for Aluskaya, but she's closed down by the number 6, Schnapphauf. Kaminskaya on the ball, gets a bit of a bump from Perron, and that's going to be Perron taking 2 minutes off, I think. Here goes Geertz. Schnapphauf, and that's gone behind Sidikava, and number 7 Bush had an opportunity. Just noticed that actually the Belarus side changed their keepers at half-time, so that's Miastuskaya in the goal, not Shirai, but whether it's Miastuskaya or Shirai, they're still playing the same tactic, and their poor goalkeeper is frequently left on their own against the defence. And that's off. So Geertz is on the ball. She's not going to mess around with this. Spaller backs off, and Geertz beats her. Foul there by here we go. That is Schlink. Bashes the ball in. It's a long corner this time, because although it's gone off good old Sidikava again, it wasn't struck from inside the D. Schlink. Geertz, but this time it's Geertz getting a leg in the way. I think that's one extra beer last night, Sophie Geertz. Nice little bit of play thereby from Filipovic. And Aluskaya over there. And Lambertus tidies up. Looking for Van Strooydonk out this side. Schlink trying to link with Lambertus, and it doesn't come to anything. Goes across harmlessly, and it's a Royal Antwerp ball from the back. They're taking their time. 15 minutes to go, 6-0 in the lead. Quite academic, really, what happens next. Not sure how hard they'll press for further goals. Arluskaya. No, that's not Arluskaya, sorry, I don't know who that was. Number 10, Schlink. Fredericks gets advantage given to her there. Plays it out. And Bush chases. Arluskaya is on the ball now. And she wins that one. Arluskaya not really had much chance to deliver her trademark scything tackles today. Whoop, the ball's up in the air and it's given against Solevichi because the number 15 Lehnen was there, and she must be allowed to bring that ball down herself. Here goes Geertz. Sounded, yeah, it was a stick tackle, and away Geertz goes. She's looking for a link. She finds it in Van Strooydonk. Van Strooydonk not strong enough there, and between them, Spala and Kaminskaya bring it away. It's just Filipovic who's been busy. She's looking to get that one in behind, but Fredericks is strong. She brings it away, nudges it onto Filipovic's leg, gets the free. That's off Perron a little, but she recovers, but Van Strooydonk doesn't. Here goes Spala for Solevichi. Nice ball. And that was a Burakova getting an opportunity there. She hasn't had much pitch time this weekend. Possibly a less experienced player. That's a nice run. This is Bush. And she is hacked down, really. That's a penalty corner. And it's going to probably... Oh, no, I don't see either umpire going into their pocket for a card, so nobody is invited to have a sit down. Oh, maybe they are. Hold on. And yeah, it's a conversation with the captain, Bakanava. Maybe just being told that she and her team need to cut out the stick tackles, otherwise there'll be cards. I think that's what the Irish umpire is telling her. Here we go again, another opportunity for Royal Antwerp to add to their score. And Van Strooydonk isn't being given the chance to score a second. She's on the trap this time. Out from Fredericks. Sophie Geertz looks to play that one through for the onrushing Schnapphaus, but it doesn't work. Filipovic has been busy, and Perron tries to bring it down. Fredericks on the ball. Oh, looking to leave that one to Geertz, but a bit of miscommunication there. There goes Filipovic, who's been good. Royal Antwerp come away. Pakanava, sorry. Here's Arluskaya. Nudges it out to a teammate. And given us a foul there against Deutsch. She's given a yellow. So that's going to be at least 5 minutes off. She caught Arluskaya there. I don't think she meant to do that, but it's been deemed as a deliberate foul. It's also been given as a penalty corner to Solevichi. So we have an opportunity for them now to actually get on that score sheet. Here they go. Oops, out too soon. And Lambertus is invited now to go up to the halfway line. She's not listening. Oh, no, she is listening. She's just getting rid of the extra trappings that players use to defend themselves with when they're having to run off that line to face a ball at 100 kilometres an hour. Here's the injection. 2 castles. Goes to the second of the 2. And here we go again. Sophie Giertz is also penalised for breaking the line too soon. And situation that we had yesterday, we've got again. It was defended well yesterday by whichever team it was that ended up with just 2 in the keeper, defending a penalty corner. Surely Solevichi will get their first goal of the tournament now. But no, Pakanava finds the legs of Rabelink, and Bush gets back, and Pakanava's still on the ball and hits it wide. They seem destined not to find the net in this tournament. It's the 14 players of the 10 players of the Belgian side. And a bit rugby union for a second there, up against a full Solevichi team. And 1 or 2 of these Royal Antwerp players were burning the midnight oil last night, and that's one way of putting it anyway, and look a little bit fatigued now. So Schlink, Giertz, but Perron turned the wrong way. Sidikava, nice ball. So Mikulic going for it. Fredericks and Pakanava tangle, and it goes Fredericks' way. Schlink. And once again, there's nobody back there. But unfortunately, number 6, Schnapphauf, blazes it wide. So Miastuskaya all on her own again there. Where were the Belarusians? Barry Davis would say, but frankly, who cares? But they didn't score. They had another opportunity of being in with just the keeper to beat, but couldn't take it. Pakanava's worked very hard for a team, but mostly in vain. Nice little bit of work from the number 17 there. That's Tishanka. Spala. Tishanka. Just a bit of a hopeless hoik, really. Schlink. Perron is tackled by Papelskaya, who's been busy. Van Strooydonk and Schlink trying to work that one past Tishanka, but not successful on that occasion. Not successful again. Tishanka's feet getting in the way. But that's another one in behind the defence. Came up off Schnapphauf, and that's why she's been penalised. Defence responded in the end and got back. Carver. Papelskaya caught in possession, recovers, but not to the satisfaction of the umpire. Here's Schlink back to Fredericks. It's a good ball up to Perron. Spala. And whoops, that's a little trip by Schnapphauf. I don't think she meant that. I don't think she's going to be penalised. No. And Tishanka on the ball. A little bit of a tiff between the 2 Belarusians there about the quality of that ball. Fredericks on it. And we've got just over 7 minutes to go. Royal Antwerp just going through the motions, really. It's been quite easy. Lehnen not able to keep that hard pass from Fredericks in. Aluskaya. And that's Fredericks tidies up. Here's Giats. Whoops. Harley's allowed to get away with that rather iffy tackle. Giats philosophical. It's rather tough on Sidikava. And is Perron. Gets round the back. And yeah, Schnapphaus really should have put that one in. Keeper had gone to lunch. Fredericks. Reverse stick pass across. It's coming to Perron. But the two of them have a bit of a whack at that, and it's given against Perron. Yes, can't believe it. Both umpires have made different decisions, but it goes with the umpire this end, the Russian umpire. Sidikava. Oh, little rattle there. There's Geertz back here. Thought for a minute she was going to launch a really long aerial there. Fredericks, a bit of a rattle from Papelskaya. That's knocked away, to be fair. Niels Dayson is commenting on that on the bench for Royal Antwerp. Strong stuff there between Papelskaya and Deutsch, and that's Fredericks. Lambertus, we're into the 5 minutes. Fredericks, I wonder if there'll be any more goals in it here. And Pakanava is being given a ticking off, both captains being called in. Sophie Gietz has got to go over and have a conversation with the Irish umpire. The clock stopped. I think there have been enough little stick collisions going on in this game. The umpire's seen enough, heard enough, and doesn't like it. So both teams are getting warned. I would say that Royal Antwerp are more sinned against than sinning. They're being told to talk to their players about it. Yeah. Otherwise, there'll be some yellow cards being shown, I'm sure. Fredericks on the ball. Pakanava picks that one up. Can they get a goal? Fredericks, mindful of the warning, is cautious but takes it. She's looking out here for Bush. Yeah, Bush does well. Bush to Deutsch. Deutsch has got Schnapphaus down this line. That's Sidikava, gets across with a leg block, wearing the skirt in an interesting style, rather like a nappy. Over it goes to Lehnen. That's a decent tackle, but Lehnen wins it back. Lays it back. And this is Lambertus to Fredericks. So a little bit walking pace now from both teams. I know the Belgians had a little bit of a night on the town, so... I thought for one moment there we were going to get an opportunity for the team. I've got some youngsters from Loughborough High School around me, tip-tapping the ball. I'm going to... being encouraged to go down onto the grass rather than the concrete. And Schnapphaus is unable to keep that long ball in. We're under 3 minutes now. I think both teams will be glad to hear the final hooter. It's been a good performance, really, I guess, by Royal Antwerp. They have improved as this tournament has gone on. But in all honesty, the opposition today has not been especially good, and has not been especially good throughout the tournament. But nice people. You'd have to say they've tried hard, but it hasn't, certainly hasn't gone for them this weekend. And with ranking points at stake, finishing 8th in this competition is not going to do Belarusian hockey an awful lot of good. They have a side that's more successful than this at the moment. There's Minsk. What effect this will have upon Minsk's participation in European hockey, I don't know. So, but they have, in this last 2 minutes, a chance to get on the scoreboard. Looking across to the coach for a bit of inspiration. And Belgians are a bit slow in getting back. Sidikava coming up from the back for Solevichi. So here they go. Chance for a goal maybe. Will Royal Antwerp let them score? No, they won't. It was high anyway, but fielded by the defender on the line, Van Strooydonk. This is Schlink. Schlink against the leg of Spala. Spala, that was number 15, wasn't it? That was Miklic. Spala looks to be trotting back into defence now. Fredericks finds Deutsch. No, Bush. Bush finds Fredericks. And she gets the shot. But the umpire, Fredericks' shot was a hard shot. And the young keeper, Miastuskaya, is injured. Calling for the doctor. Michael? The Belarusian physio rushes on with a can of spray. I'm not sure that's what's needed. I don't know where she caught that ball, but it quite obviously hurt. And there's anxiety in the defence. And unless they rush on with a full medical kit for Miastuskaya, and with just 47 seconds on the clock, this looks quite a serious injury for the youngster. And casualty music plays in the background, perhaps somewhat unsubtly and unsympathetically. This girl's quite obviously hurt. Some concern from Sophie Geertz, the captain of Royal Antwerp, and I think general concern. The tournament doctor has gone across to see how she is. She's up on her feet. That's good news. So Miastuskaya, perhaps winded. I don't know quite where that caught her. I thought it was on the pads, but she's fine. She signals that she's fine. Maybe that can of spray that the team physio took across did the trick. Makes me smile. Sorry. And the medical staff, including the tournament doctor, come off. They're happy, and indeed, Miastuskaya stays in goal. So don't even need Tatiana Charai to swap with her. So let's hope she doesn't get a further injury now in this last 30 seconds or so. So here we go. So a little bit of bravery from Miastuskaya. Will she be beaten here on this last one? And no, and she gets the prestige of making a good high save from the very good Sophie Geertz. And we're looking at the clock ticking down. We're into the last 20 seconds. It's pretty certain that it's going to end as a 6-0 win for Royal Antwerp. That means that they will finish 7th in this competition, and again that will impact upon tournament rankings for the Belgians. And there's the hooter. So 6-0 to Royal Antwerp. No goals in this entire competition, sadly, for Solevichi. Bit of an injury scare towards the end, and the players going up to shake hands, the Belgian players shaking hands with Christiana Miastuskaya, and just checking that she's okay, and she is. It only looks like a youngster to me, Okay, so the youngsters from the ball patrol take out the dividers that prevent the ball too often going from one side to the other when the two teams are warming up in preparation for the very next game. And that game will see Sumchanka from the Ukraine up against Metrostroy from Russia. Given the political situations between those two countries at the moment, let's hope that's a very, very friendly match between the two. I'm sure it will be. And I'm going to sign off there. Lots of hugs for the coach, Niels Thijssen, who has had 10 years as coach with Royal Antwerp, and his team at least can celebrate there a 6-0 win. Well done to them, and well done to Van Strooydonk for scoring a goal. Well done to you. Is that your first ever goal? Is that your first goal for the club? The Belgian team are telling me that's Van Strooidonk's first goal ever for the club, which, first goal ever in all hockey. I will put that across, yeah, and Sophie Van Strooidonk. Well done to her. Okay, signing off then, and catch up with you again for the next match. Metrostroy of Russia against Sumchanka of Ukraine.